Hi there, I'm Tara Kessner. Welcome to this Hard Day's Night yoga class featuring Corked essential oils. I love Corked essential oils. It's a company out of Minnesota that has a real commitment to quality and aromatherapy products. Especially, what I especially like are their blends. They will blend quite a few different oils together to create, they call it mixture mood, type of thing, and I just really think it's a good product and you should check it out. Today we're going to be using Refresh and then ending with Trance. As you can see, I've got my diffuser going. Corked oils are all about diffusing. So I have a couple of drops of Trance in that diffuser right now. If you don't have one, you can get them. I see them all the times at Home Goods, and TJ Maxx and Bed Bath & Beyond always has them. Or of course you can order them on Amazon like everything else. But we're going to use these two oils and diffusing Trance. We're also going to be using a bolster, but if you don't have a bolster, you can use two bed pillows, which I'm going to demonstrate on because I know most people don't have a bolster. It would look something like this. Look down in the description. I have links to all the places where you can go and buy either the oils or the bolster or a diffuser. If you want, I can put a link to bed pillows too, but I'm pretty sure you can find those on your own. So, all of that being said, if you like this video, I would love it if you would take a second and click that subscribe box down below. It will never cost you anything. These yoga videos are absolutely free. It just helps me promote my channel on the YouTube platform. And maybe click like if you like it, but that's up to you. All right, so once you get your toys together, two bed pillows, your oils, and I'm using a little bit of a carrier oil today just because I want to cover a little more surface area. So if you don't have anything fancy, this is fractionated coconut oil, but you can use something as simple as olive oil. Let's get started. We are going to start with Refresh. That's the one in the green. Now Refresh is a great oil. Its primary top notes, if you will, are, what are they? They're marjoram, copaiba, and turmeric, which are all good anti-inflammatory, anti-pain, all those things for aches and pains. So you're going to take a couple of drops, take some carrier oil because we want to cover some surface area here with this. I'm going to rub that together and we're going to put it on the low back, right across the QL muscles. Those muscles right in the low back and on the sides. Rub that in there. It's got a great fresh smell. I really smell lemongrass in there. I hope there's lemongrass in there because that's what I smell. Pretty sure there is. So we're going to start this class out once you get that oil rubbed in on our backs. So come to recline position. Leave your feet on the mat. Come on back. And rest one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly and close your eyes. If you're coming to this class after a long, stressful day, I'm going to start out by soothing the nerves. Gently pressing lightly on the chest and lightly on the belly. And take a nice slow breath in. Feel free to close your eyes when you're ready. And let your knees drop in towards one another. Start to rock your head a little bit. Some body awareness here. Really feeling the support of the floor under your head. Rock a little more to loosen the neck and then become very still. And take a nice slow breath in as you lift your shoulders up and then let your shoulders come back onto the mat with a big slow exhale. And then take your attention to your back ribs where you can feel that compression against the floor. Really allow yourself to sink in. Nice slow breath here. And then gently begin to tuck and untuck your tail, rocking the lumbar vertebrae gently against the floor, and then be still. Take your attention to your hips where they're pressing into the floor and maybe press in just a little more with an exhale. Really acknowledging that the floor is holding your spine and is not weight bearing. And once it realizes that, the muscles around it will begin to loosen and let go. And drop your knees from side to side a little bit. And find a comfortable way to rest your legs. If you're more comfortable with your legs extended out long, go ahead and do that now. And take a nice, easy inhale. Pause at the top and blow it out with a quiet little sigh to yourself. Now from here, go ahead and extend your legs out long. And start to slide your feet over to the right. Lift up your left leg and cross the ankles. Point your left toe and stretch out through that left hip flexor a little bit. Now begin to move your head, neck, and shoulders over to the right a little. You're going to start to feel some stretch come up the left side of the body. And then reach your arms up and overhead. You can take a hold of that left wrist or the left elbow and create just a little more stretch up that left side. Let your head rock out of the way. Keep your eyes closed and breathe into the entire left side of the body. In yin, this pose is called banana pose. Oh, one more breath here. And then bring your hands on down. Move your head, neck, and shoulders back to the center of the mat. Uncross your feet. Slide your feet over to the left. Lift up your right leg. Cross at the ankles. Point that toe, stretch out. Reach out through the toes and then relax your foot. And start to move your head, your neck, and your shoulders to the left. Starting to create that shape, feeling it come up the right side of the body. When you're ready, reach your arms over your head. Not so much that they come off the floor, but just up and over. Hold on to the right wrist or the right elbow. And take a few breaths into that right side. One more breath here, nice and slow. Big, full, complete exhale. And then bring your hands on down. Bring the head, neck, and shoulders back to the center. Walk your feet up and hug your knees into your chest. Now rock across that low back, right where we put that essential oil. Massaging it out. And drop your feet to the ground. Heels as close to your backside as you can get them. And we're going to start to tuck the tail under. Lift the hips up. You'll feel that engagement up the quads. Lift a little higher. Maybe use your hands under where your back pockets would be and lift up a little higher. Give it a little support there. Engaging the glutes, but stretching the hip flexors, bridge pose. And with the exhale, slowly lower it back down. Let's do that again. Tuck the tail, lift the hips, engage the quads, and then lift, and then maybe a little boost with the hands. Bridge pose. Pause, and then slowly bring it back down. We'll do that one more time, nice and slow. Tuck, lift, boost if you're into that. You can walk your elbows in a little more. And pause here. Now slowly lower that on down. Now we're going to try a little bridge flow, massaging the entire spine. So begin to tuck your tail under. Start to lift your hands towards the ceiling. Let the hips lift up and the hands reach overhead on an inhale. And then on the exhale, slowly bring it all back down to the ground. 2 more times. Inhale, scoop it up, lift it up, pause. Exhale, lower it all back down. 1 more time, scoop, lift, inhale. Exhale, bring it all back down. And lift your feet up, cross at the ankles, hug the knees in. Rock it out as much or as little as you need to. And then lift your feet and begin to rock and roll on the spine or roll to your side and come up to a seated position. So come on up here. We're going to add a little more essential oils. Stretch out those tight shoulders and that stiff neck. So again, with some carrier oil, few drops. And a couple more drops. 1 or 2. It's pretty strong, so 1 or 2 ought to do ya. I'm gonna reach into the shirt. You're gonna put that right across the collarbones and that upper trap muscle out and out to the cap of the shoulder. Across the trap, the upper trapezius, and all the way out to the point of the shoulder, maybe right at the base of the neck as well. Anywhere you feel like you need it. Then we're going to put the cap back on the oil before I spill it. And begin to roll the shoulders up, back and down. Take them up to the ears, back, down. 1 more like that. And bring the hands behind you. Slide your right hand behind your back and sweep left hand up into the air. Let it rest on your head and begin to drop your ear towards your shoulder, gently pulling it in. Now just use your hand and turn your head a few times, gently. No weight, don't push or pull, but just turn it and tuck the chin and find that place where that neck stretch is the best for you. Use your hand to gently draw that muscle out long. Breathe in and exhale with a sigh to yourself. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Release and let it go. We'll bring that hand behind your back. Sweep the right hand on up. Let it rest on your head as you begin to drop ear towards shoulder. And then just use your hand to gently move your head around, tucking the chin, turning the head a little, until you find just the right amount of tension coming down into that trap. Breath in. Slow breath out. And then release and let it go. Now, take your hand, doesn't matter which side you start on. You're going to reach in your collar and you're going to dig your fingers in, lifting slightly on that trap muscle. Now gently press your fingertips, not your fingernails, in and draw the fingertips forward all the way to the collarbone. Just gently cross-fibering those muscle fibers. Let's do that again. Gently dig the fingers in, back by that shoulder blade, and draw them forward all the way to the collarbone. Pressing some fresh blood into that muscle. 1 more time. Press in and draw the fingers forward as you drop your head away. Let's do that over on the other side, whichever side you started on. We'll go to the other side. Reach in there. Get your fingers right along the back line of that trap. Press in. Lift up a little and then draw the fingers forward as you continue to press down slowly all the way to the collarbone. Do that 2 more times, or as many times as you want. Cross fiber massage of that trap muscle. And then let it go. So we've worked on the neck and the shoulders and the back. Now we're going to work on the hips and hamstrings, the cause of most people's low back pain. So come on over to all fours. And as you come to all fours, gently wag out the tail a little, drop your belly, lift your face, take a breath in. As you exhale, round into that cat stretch, dropping your head. Again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the face. Exhale, round it out into cat stretch. One more just like that. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And then come to a neutral spine. We're going to extend the right leg straight out behind us. You're welcome to bend the knee or keep the leg straight. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the knee towards the center of the chest. Drop your nose down. And then inhale, kick it back out again. Exhale, bring knee towards the center of the chest. One more time. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, bring it in. Pause. And we're going to step that foot between the hands. Kind of work the toes forward a little bit. Shift forward and back. Forward, back. Settling into a lunge with the knee directly above the ankle. Begin to crawl up that leg to any place that feels good to you. You can leave the left hand on the ground, placing the right hand on the knee, kind of hugging it in. Or you can come up a little higher. Your focus on the hip flexor on the leg that's behind you. So take a few breaths here. One more breath. Exhale slow. And come back down to all fours. Now we'll take that on to the other side. Extend the left leg out long, or bend the knee if you like. Look up, take a breath in. As you exhale, knee and nose together. Inhale, kick and lift. Exhale, bring it in. One more time, kick it out. Blow it out as you crunch it in. And step that foot between the hands. Gently shift forward and back till the joints are relatively happy. Placing the knee and ankle in alignment. And then either hugging onto that knee, holding it in place, and leaning forward, or coming up a little higher, creating more dynamic tension in the hip flexor. Wherever it suits you, take 3 slow breaths. One more. And we'll bring it back down. Coming back to all fours, going back to the right side, we're going to open the knee up out to the side. And as you exhale, bring your knee across your belly and look to the left. Inhale, swing that hip open like a gate. And then exhale, cross the belly. One more time, inhale, open that hip up. Exhale, bring it across. And then we'll step the foot to the outside of the right hand. Big toe is straight ahead, right near the edge of the mat. Runner's lunge. Both hands are to the inside of that foot. Shift forward and back until you can find just the right angle for you. And then pause. You can stay here up on the hands. If you're a little more flexible, You can come down onto your forearms. A block is also nice to have here. You can put your forearms on that. But wherever you are, take 3 breaths. One more. And then bring it back to all fours. Do that on the other side. Swing that knee out to the side, lift it up, open up that hip like a gate, and then as you exhale, bring the knee across the belly, look to the side. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, close it down. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Step the foot to the outside of the left hand. Shift and move until you can get your alignment in place. Both hands are to the inside of the foot. And stay up on your hands, fingertips, wherever it works. Keep your gaze out. Your neck is not compressed. Take 2 more slow breaths here. And then bring yourself back to your home base, all fours. And get into the obliques a little bit and a little bit of twisting. So this time we're going to extend the leg out behind us. You're going to look to the right and you're going to bring that right knee up to the right elbow. And look straight ahead, kick the leg back, inhale. Exhale, look to the right, knee to elbow. One more time, look forward. Exhale, knee to elbow. And then we'll step the foot once again to the outside of that hand. Turn the toes out onto the floor. Shift around. Plant your left hand, bring your right hand up onto your knee. Now you can kind of push that knee away a little bit. See how that feels? Or you can just stay right here. Or you can reach that arm up into the air and let the hips sink in, looking back. Take another breath. And we'll slowly bring that on down. Last time. Onto the left side. Extend the leg out long, look up and straight ahead. As you exhale, look to the left. Bring that left elbow to touch the right knee. Squeeze the side, and on the inhale, extend it out long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend it out long. Last one. Bring it in slow. Extend it out long. And then step that foot to the outside of the left hand. Pick up the toes, turn them out onto the floor. Shift forward and back. Settle into this revolved lunge. Bring that left hand up onto the knee, right hand onto the mat. Look to the left. You can let that knee drop out, gently pushing it away. You can lift the left hand up. You can reach back if that feels good. Just breathe and sink on your exhales. Bring that on down. Coming back to all fours. We're going to lower the chest down right on top of the thumbs and extend the legs out long. Now with a nice slow inhale, peel up into cobra pose. Extend out long through the legs, lift the knees, and begin to peel the chest up. Pause. And exhale. Lower it back down. Bring your hands up and grab opposite elbows. Rest your head directly on your forearms. And then begin to walk your elbows back into Sphinx pose. Bringing the elbows underneath you. Start to move the feet out a little wider. You're welcome to leave the hands right here on the elbows or extend them out, palms facing down. And stay here for a few breaths. Sphinx pose is the the antidote to how we spend most of our life, which is rounded forward, looking forward at a computer or driving or down at your phone. So this allows you to open up across the collarbones, create a gentle back bend that's supported by the floor, and just undo some of that damage that we do by living our everyday lives. One more breath here. Blow it out nice and slow. And lower back down. And hands back by your chest and push yourself up and off the ground. Walk your knees up underneath you. Take your knees wide and sink back to child's pose. Hips towards heels. Lower on down. Slide the hands up towards the top of the mat. And rest your head either directly on the mat, or if that isn't working for you today, stack up your fists or your hands and rest your head there. It's been a long day, but we made it. And when you're ready, push yourself on up. So we're coming into the final stage. Now, if you really like to, you can jump up onto your bed if you're in your bedroom and do this on your bed so that you can just go right to sleep from here. Or join me on the floor. This is where you'll need the pillows. So we're going to use 2 bed pillows, unless you have a yoga bolster, which would look like this. Has a little handle on the end, nice firm pillow. But since I know most people don't have those, I'm going to demo it with bed pillows. So these are right off of my bed. And what you're going to do is you're going to put them on your mat, parallel to the long edge. And then we're going to add in some of the trance oil. Now trance has lavender and valerian and some marjoram also in it. And we are going to add that. Probably just use it straight. You can use some carrier oil if you'd like. Actually, I think I'm gonna, because I want a little extra. And we're gonna rub it in the soles of the feet, out onto the ends of the big toes. Really rub it in there. And then I'm gonna take another little drop. And put it right here at the collarbones, right at the base of the throat. And just gently press a little in. Oh, it smells lovely. All right, so we're going to come into supported fish. This is how we're going to end today, and it's going to feel magnificent. So you're going to back up to your pillows, put your feet on the mat, and lean back. Now start out by interlacing your fingers, letting them rest on your belly. Walk your feet up, tuck and untuck your tail, and make sure that you don't have too acute of an angle in your low back, that the low back is comfortable. And let your knees drop in towards one another and just settle in here. Close your eyes. We're going to take this a little deeper. It's a supported back bend. It's going to open up the entire front of the chest, and it's going to feel great. So your legs, let's sort them out first. You can stay just as you are, feet on the mat, knees propped against one another. Option 1. Option 2 is to extend the legs out long, letting the feet flop open. Feet are wider than the hips, please. And if you like this option, stay here. Another option that people love is to bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees drop open. And I know people love this pose. This doesn't work for me. I get too much compression in my hip joints. So I've created another option, which is to just cross at the ankles as if you're in an easy lotus pose. That way you still get that external rotation of the knees, but I don't have that compression in my outer hip. So choose one of those positions with your legs. Just kind of work through them. One of them will speak to you. And then allow your hands to slowly drop down to the floor with your palms facing up. Your thumbs out to the side. Notice how that starts to open the center of the chest. If you'd like, you can slide your hands out a little further. As you do, you'll start to feel your shoulder blades scoop underneath you and really open the chest, opening through the sternum. And you can take this really wide if that feels good, but it shouldn't be too intense. This pose should be on a level of 1 to 10 of intensity around a 2. You should feel supported, able to breathe, but reasonably comfortable. And just begin to settle into your breath. Take an easy, slow inhale and softly blow the air out through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle. And then settle into a slow breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And become very, very still. And we're going to stay here for a while. About 30 more seconds here. And if you'd like to stay here longer, please do that. To start to make your way out, we'll start by bringing the hands back to rest on the belly, lightly interlacing the fingers. Then we'll bring the feet back to the mat with the knees bent, resting against one another. Now you can continue to stay here. If you've taken to your bed, you can just roll over onto your side and pull the blankets over you and go to sleep. Or if you're on your mat, let your right hand drop to the ground. You're going to drop your knees to the right, rolling to your right side. Gently press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Give the shoulders a little roll around. Take the hands behind you with a big, slow inhale. Reach up for the sky, look up. Press your palms together and slowly bring them down the center line. Rest your thumbs against the center of your chest. Drop your chin. Take a nice slow inhale of that trance essential oil and blow it out slow. Thank you so much for joining me this evening for this wind down class with Corked essential oils. Namaste.